People say betrayal feels like a knife in the back, but they're wrong. It's slower, quieter. It creeps up on you in the most ordinary moments, disguised as something familiar and safe. A dinner with family, a casual laugh between siblings. That's how it started for me. Subtle, unspoken things that I didn't want to see but couldn't ignore. I'd been married to Lena for 5 years, and my younger brother Kyle had always been close to me. He was charming, a little reckless, but he had that magnetic quality that made people gravitate toward him. I trusted him. I trusted her. But there were signs, tiny cracks that I tried to dismiss. Little inside jokes between them. Moments when I walked into a room and the conversation went silent. I convinced myself I was overthinking it. They were family, right? I was tired. But then it happened. It started innocently enough. A group picture from a camping trip Kyle had invited us all on, but Lena had said she couldn't attend. She was on a work trip in Seattle. 3 days, she told me. But there she was, clear as day, sitting next to Kyle. Same jacket, same smile, same hair. The image sliced through me. My stomach dropped to my knees. I didn't say anything at first. I didn't want to accuse anyone without proof. So I started looking deeper. Checking Kyle's tag photos, Lena's travel receipts, anything that didn't quite add up. And then I found it. An old cloud backup from Lena's iPad. One she never deleted after upgrading. Inside it were messages. Not just a few flirty texts, but full-blown conversations hidden behind a fake name. Last night felt right again. I missed you, Lena. One of them read. Me too. Being with you always feels like home. The next one followed. That's when the truth hit me. It was a mistake. This had been going on for months, maybe longer. The worst part? One of those messages had time stamps from a night I had been at the hospital with my mom, who was recovering from surgery. I sat there, holding the iPad, as if the device had burned me. My thoughts felt slow, like I couldn't breathe. My wife, my brother, the 2 people I trusted most in the world. And they had chosen each other. I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, the images replaying in my mind. Every birthday, every holiday, every family dinner we'd shared, all while they hid the secret between them like a loaded weapon, ready to explode at any moment. The next morning, Lena greeted me as if nothing had changed. She kissed me on the cheek, asked if I wanted coffee, all while I felt like a stranger in my own home. I looked at her, hollow, and almost told her everything right there. But I wasn't ready. I needed one more thing, a confirmation from Kyle. So I drove to his place. He lived in a small downtown apartment, his so-called bachelor pad. He was almost 30, but when he opened the door, he was wearing sweatpants, looking surprised to see me. "What's up, man? Everything okay?" he asked. I didn't answer right away. Instead, I pulled out my phone, opened the screenshots, and held it in front of him. He didn't even try to deny it. He stared at the screen for a long moment, then looked away. "How long?" I asked, my voice cold and steady. "I don't know, man," he said, rubbing his face. "It just happened. Once," he trailed off, that pause telling me everything I needed to know. "Twice," he finished, as if it somehow mattered that they hadn't done it more. "We were both drunk the first time. It wasn't supposed to be anything," he added, his voice faltering. "Then it happened again, but we stopped. I swear we haven't." I didn't want to hear the rest. I turned and walked out before he could finish. My hands were shaking, and I felt like I was going to throw up, not because of the affair itself. That wave of sickness had already hit, but because of the ease with which he admitted it, as though it wasn't the worst thing he could have done to me. I drove aimlessly for hours, trying to make sense of it all. Was Lena looking for something because I'd been distant? Did Kyle ever stop to think about what this would do to me? Were they sorry because they'd been caught, or because they knew they destroyed something sacred? That night, I confronted Lena. I laid the iPad on the table, in front of her. She knew. She sat down slowly, her eyes wide, before the tears came. "I never meant to hurt you," she said. "I don't know what I was thinking. Kyle, it was stupid. We were going through a rough patch, and I felt so alone. He was there. You had a choice." I cut her off, my voice flat. "You made it twice. She begged me not to throw it all away, said it was a mistake, that she still loved me. But I couldn't look at her. You didn't just cheat on me. I said, my voice low. You chose my brother. You chose the one person in this world I should have been able to trust with you. That night, I packed a bag and left. I moved in with an old college friend. I didn't talk much. I just existed, barely able to feel anything. The days blurred together, me, staring at walls, scrolling through old photos, asking myself what I had missed, what signs I had ignored. Lena texted every day at first, then every few days. She begged to talk, to meet. She wanted to explain more, but what more was there to say? Kyle called once. I let it ring. People say betrayal feels like anger or rage, but for me, it was grief. Mourning the person I thought I had loved. Mourning the brother who was supposed to stand by me at my worst. Some nights, I cried. Not loudly, not dramatically, but soft, hollow tears, like my heart was slowly emptying itself out. A week later, I met with a divorce attorney. It wasn't just about Lena anymore. It was about reclaiming my peace, my sanity. I couldn't rebuild trust that had been obliterated. Not just cracked, but ground into dust. When I served Lena the papers, she cried again. She said she understood, but she didn't fight it. Maybe part of her knew the damage was permanent. The news spread quickly through the family. My parents were devastated. My mother blamed herself, saying she must have raised us wrong. My father didn't say much. He just clenched his jaw when I told him. Kyle stopped coming around. Word on the street was the guilt caught up to him. Some bridges, once burned, can't be rebuilt. Months passed. The silence that had once terrified me began to feel comforting. I got a new apartment, started reading again, went on solo hikes. I even picked up cooking, burned the first few meals, but eventually started to enjoy my own company. There's a strange kind of healing that comes when you realize you don't need the people who broke you to make you whole again. One evening, I got a message from Lena. It was simple. I still miss you. I stared at it for a long time. I didn't reply. I didn't hate her anymore. I didn't feel much at all. And maybe that was the point. I had felt everything already, and now there was nothing left. They say blood is thicker than water, but trust is thinner than air. Once it's gone, there's no grabbing it back. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm just free. And sometimes that's the best kind of ending you can ask for.